Tuesday. It's not lagging too bad, right? Can you check the YouTube and the Twitch stream? Hide current comment. Get that up my face. Okay. All right. So as promised, we have a very special episode today. Of course, we're going to get back into the music reviews, but this is a very important episode to me because we got a legend in the building, okay? And I'm about to bring him up on stage in just a second. So for all y'all that's tuning in today, this is Tracyva Music Review Show. Today's major because we got a true legend in the building, a pioneer of the Dirty South sound, a voice behind Goodie Mob, a Dutch of the Family original, the one and only Khujo Goodie is here with us live. Let's go ahead and get him up.
Yeah. What's up, Tracy? What's going on? What's happening?
Khujo, we finally got you on the stream.
Finally got me on. That's what's up. I appreciate the love, man. Thanks for looking out, man. For real.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I've been helping these independent artists grow, and you are a successful, established artist. So I just think we need to give everybody like a round of applause for him being here because this is huge. How are you feeling on this
Man,
lovely Tuesday?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. It's a beautiful day in Atlanta, Georgia. Nothing but sunshine and blue skies.
I love to see it. I love to hear that. So before we go further, I want to take a moment to talk about Rico Wade. Can you share a little about what he meant to you personally or a memory that sticks with you the most?
Oh man, a memory that's well, I do both. A memory that sticks to me the most is when he used to say, "Man, yo, when you got a camera in your face." He's like, man, you better have something to say, something intelligent to say, something good to say. So that always stuck to me as an artist, and it kind of like gave me a blueprint to when somebody is interviewing. You know what I'm saying? I always have something good to say that the people can relate to. And what Rico Wade meant to Atlanta, man, he along with Ray Murray and Sleepy Brown, they established a real sound for Atlanta music. You know what I'm saying? At one point, Atlanta didn't really have a musical you know what I'm saying, musical stand in this music genre. You know what I'm saying? But once organized noise came in and they did their thing, man, it was all downhill from there, man. So I gotta say he was definitely one of the pioneers that pioneered the Atlanta sound.
I love that. Much respect. You all did such amazing things for Atlanta. So that's another reason why it's very special for me to have you here. So let's go
True.
ahead and get into these Atlanta roots. Take us back to
Mm.
those times in the dungeon, literally being in the basement, that raw creative energy. What were those sessions really like?
Man, those sessions to me, man, they were so fun, man, because it was like a home away from home. You know what I mean? It was almost like a sleepover. You know what I mean? We pull out the sleeping bags and we listen to music, maybe the same track like all day, so it really got into your mind and kind of got the juices flowing. Just to be in the same place when they was pulling out records from the late '60s and early '70s, and just really getting a sound and just you know what I'm saying, just vibing off of records, man. That was like my most memorable moments there, man. And just really some of our hit records came from in the dungeon. You know what I mean? Like they don't dance no more. You know what I mean? And Black Ice was, you know what I'm saying, was formulated in the dungeon. And it was like a duck off in Southwest Atlanta, man. You would never know that house was there unless you drove down Cascade and then bust that left on Adams Drive, all the way at the end of the street, man. You see this big old. Well, this is the other house, but in in Lakeside, you know what I mean. Just coming
Mhm.
down, you know what I mean, Conrad Drive, and putting up to the dungeon, to the original dungeon, Rico Wade's mom's house. You know what I'm saying. His sister stayed there, and man, she just let us vibe. You know what I mean. So yeah, man, the dungeon was an unbelievable place. We didn't record vocals there, but we definitely did the music, and just kind of like formulated ideas down there in the dungeon of
Okay.
Conrad.
Okay, I didn't know
Lakewood.
that. You didn't record vocals there. It's just crafting ideas.
Yeah, just crafting ideas, and we got a chance to go into the city where we recorded at Bobby Brown's old studios called Boss Town, but it's Stankonia now.
Is it still there?
Just
Oh, okay, Stankonia.
yeah, yeah, that was Bobby Brown's studio back in the day. So Outkast got it from him, and just being able to come from the rural area of Atlanta and just get on the expressway, drive downtown, see all the city skylines, and then just get off at Northside Drive. It was big to us, man, because we was just used to standing in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was big. And like you said, a lot of people wouldn't know how much magic happened there. I mean, you had Outkast, Goodie Mob, Organized Noise all in one space. Did y'all feel like you were making history in that moment, or was it just y'all vibing?
Man, it was just us vibing, just trying to put that flag up for Atlanta, man, because the thing about Southern music was like it was, you know what I'm saying, strip club music, you know what I'm saying, fast paced dance music. So we just wanted to just do the best we could, man. We listened to all regions like New York, I mean Texas, Miami, California. We listened to everybody, the Midwest. We listened to everybody, then just really honing our skills down there, man. The freestyle sessions. I mean, just want to do the best to represent Atlanta, Georgia. That's kind of like where we at. We weren't even thinking about making hit records or making history. We was just it was, if we felt like it was our time, you know what I mean, and then we had to be ready.
And so many legends came out of your time, besides yourself, CeeLo Green, Andre 3000, Big Boy.
Right.
But there's one person I want to talk about, Future.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Can't not talk about Future. I mean, just his name, just alone, just it's just self-explanatory. You know what I mean? Definitely. Rico Wade's kinfolk. You know what I mean? He was in a group called the Connect that Rico Wade had put together, and Future was around. Man, he watched what we was doing, and then had some private sessions of his own with Rico Wade. You know what I'm saying? And Ray Murray and Sleepy Brown. So we poured everything into him, and right now he's doing his thing right now, man. I mean, so many hit records, man.
On top of the world right now.
He's just killing it, man. I mean, wow. I mean, just whew,
Yeah, I want to
just something.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. There's this line from Future where he calls himself the son of the Dungeon family. How do you feel seeing how far
Mm.
he's taken the sound in his own way?
Man, that's awesome, man. Because I mean, you got platinum selling artists like Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Just when you think it's all over, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Future over here, man, with hit records all over the radio, man. I seen his last show he just did, man. He brought the whole. It looked like he had the whole dungeon on the stage, man. It was just, man.
Right.
It just blew me away. I'm like, wow, he's just really putting on, man, for Dungeon Family, man. I mean, like, nobody has ever done that before to even put a stage prop of the actual house that we formulated almost everything in. You know what I mean? It's just for him to call himself son of the dungeon, man. That shit is just awesome, man. That's big. You know what I mean? That's really thinking big and just really paying homage and giving love. You know what I'm saying, to the ones that actually put Atlanta on the map. You know what I mean? I mean, we can say a lot of things about a lot of artists that came out of Atlanta, but when you're talking about original Southern ATL hip hop, you're talking about Outkast and Goodie Mob. You know what I mean? Shout out to PA too. You know what I'm saying? The first groups that organized noise, first rap group organized noise had out. But when you're talking about Southern ATL hip hop, man, you got to put them two boys, them two names up in there, man. Outkast and Goodie Mob, hands down.
That's amazing. You would think the chapter is over, but then here
Right.
comes something else that sprouts.
Right. That's what I like about Future. He's taking that baton and he's running with it. You know what I mean? At the same time, he's letting people know, yo, man, this is where I'm from, man. I'm from the Dungeon family. And that's awesome, man. That's what's up, man.
That is awesome. Well, we got Khujo Goodie of Goodie Mob here on Tracy VA Media. I also want to ask you, who is an artist today that reminds you of that Dungeon family spirit?
Hmm. Reminds me of the Dungeon family in Atlanta right now.
Anywhere. Because y'all are
Anywhere.
everywhere. Yes.
Man, you know what? I like what Wayne's doing, man. You know what I'm saying? He been doing it for a long time, man. And it's like he's always innovative, man, and making new stuff, man. I just think that Wayne is just really doing his thing, along with Future. And I like Gunna. I like what Gunna's been doing. YFN Lucci. I like what he's been doing. I just love people that's coming out with their own thing. You know what I mean? Not trying to sound like nobody else, but just trying to push that ATL culture to the next level. Because that's what it's all about. It ain't about, you know what I'm saying, copying off what everybody else doing. It's about looking at what they're doing and getting the best out of you. So I know I probably left some off the list, but those are the ones that can come to my mind, like, you know what I'm saying, like right now. And I gotta give a shout out to my homie Daz, man. He's been doing it for a while, you know what I'm saying, producing and making music. He just kind of remind me of that drive of like what we got. It's like, yo, it ain't over until the fat lady sing, you know what I mean? So that's how we do it.
One thing y'all and Wayne got in common, I can see why you would say that. Y'all keep going. You're still releasing music.
Right. I mean, that's how it is. That's how it is with all music. You know what I mean? With rock and roll. You know what I mean? Perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, no matter how old they get, man, they just feel like they get better with time, and
Yeah.
they put out better music. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to give room for people to grow and to do new things. You know what I mean?
Yes, I want to talk about your music too, but let's get a little juicy. I see you guys in the TikTok stream. Thank you guys for still being here. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Thank you guys. I want to talk a little bit about insight on music today from Khujo's perspective. So, what's your
Mm,
take on where music is today with all this focus on going viral and quick hits? Do you think the
mm.
art of building timeless music is still alive?
Yeah, I think it's still alive. You know, when we came out, you know, in '95, it wasn't the internet. You know what I mean? So it was like, you know what I'm saying, tangible things like CDs and vinyl, you know what I'm saying, putting up to the record store, doing in store, signing autographs, taking pictures, you know what I mean? It's just done different now, you know what I'm saying, with the streaming platforms. And it takes a lot, especially if you're a new artist, man, it takes a lot for somebody to turn their head and look at you, you know what I mean? So, you know, people are going viral with trying anything. Now I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not with just trying anything, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? So if you're really good, you know what I'm saying, and you're really creative and crafty, you know what I mean, you can go viral with some cool stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure on new artists, man, just to be getting seen. And with Instagram and TikTok, you see a lot of people are on these the social media platform, and it gets around quicker than you can walk out your door. You know what I mean? So it's pros and cons to it. You know what I mean? It's just about how you use it. You know, people can buy ads. You know what I'm saying, through the social media, that your stuff can be seen a little bit more and go viral. So, like I said, you just got to pull the good shit out of what's going on. You know, you can't hate on it like, man, I can't stand TikTok or I can't stand social media. And then, you know, you got to roll with the punches. You know what I mean? And hopefully they'll get back to, you know, those tangible things that people, you know what I'm saying, people love to collect and, you know what I'm saying, put on their record player or pop into their CD or their cassette players, you know what I'm saying, and just stay vibing with the music, man. So I think it's okay to go viral. It's just how you do it.
Do you think timeless music is still a thing?
I do, because you can get somebody that goes viral, man, and has a dope ass record. You know what I mean? And it can be something timeless. You know what I mean? But you just got to know what it takes to have timeless music. You feel what I'm saying? Like with Goodie Mob, I think we got timeless music because the things that we spoke on what was going on in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We had a little social consciousness going on. You know what I mean? We had a little hood here, a little trap here. You know what I mean? We had something for the ladies. So it's about having a variety of good things, man, and just being creative and compiling all that shit into. Now it's like 3 minute songs. Now our songs is damn near like 5 minutes long. You know what I mean? It's because we had a lot of shit to say. You know what I mean? But I think they still can make timeless music. It's just about who you talking to and asking what is timeless music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's my thing right there, man.
That's fun. We have somebody in the TikTok chat. His name is James Rothwell. Thank you so much for being here. He said, "What is Khujo's take on AI music?" And I actually have a question for that one. There's so much talk now about AI making music, voices being cloned, beats being
Mm,
generated from an artist who built
mm,
it from the
mm,
soul. How do you feel
mm.
about that?
Yeah, that's another one of these digital phenomenons that, you know what I'm saying, people got going on trying to replace the artists themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's pros and cons to AI, but when it comes to robbing the artist, you know what I'm saying, of his likeness and not compensating that artist for AI for mimicking that artist, that's when I got a problem with it. You know what I mean? Because man, artists work hard, man, just to set aside what they got going on in their lives to sit down and write something entertaining and write something that takes people from what they're doing in their lives. You know what I mean? I think that's cheating if you don't, you know what I'm saying, compensate the originators from what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because like I said, all this stuff can be used in a good way, but when you start cheating people out of their money and out of what you owe them, then that's what I got a problem with it.
Are you fascinated by all these changes, or do you think it's starting to get a little too far?
I think it's getting a little bit too far. I would love for it to get to back to, like I said, uh, original artists. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the artists are still here. Now, if you got artists that's deceased, dead, and gone, then I can see how that would come into play. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the holograms back then with Tupac. You know what I mean? But as long as his people are getting compensated off of that, and then you got people that want to see that, I think it's just a part of music moving to the next level. But like I said, when it starts to go into you robbing people out of their money and you're not taking into consideration of the artist, then it's a issue. That's when it is going too far. But hopefully, I think it's going to get back to what we all started on, man.
That
Tangible
soul.
things, man. Yeah, straight. You said you took the words right out of my mouth. The soul of an artist, man, and that's one thing AI doesn't have. It doesn't have soul.
I have this very funny question. I added this last minute. So, if the Dutch family had a Twitch stream, because you know Twitch is something that everybody is doing now.
I
If the
seen
Dutch,
Twitch. Yeah,
if the Dutch family had a Twitch stream or channel, what would you want us to see, and what would you not want us to see?
that's a good question, man. I would like for them to see how how the music is really made. You know what I mean? Like from an artist sitting there writing. You know what I'm saying? Balling up the paper, man. That's not it. That's not it. uh when the producer you letting the producer hear what you got on your paper and the producer like I think you could come a little bit hard. I mean just the real shit that we was going through when we was in the studio. We write some and then you might get a look on the producer face and be like, you know what I'm saying, that just makes you better. You feel what I'm saying? And what I wouldn't want Twitch to see, um man, just the arguing going back and forth, you know what I
Y'all was
mean?
arguing up in there.
Oh man. I mean, it was sometimes when it's like, man, somebody might say something about your verse and you might really get upset about it. Cause like, yo, I took a long time writing this shit down. It's like, nah, you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not all hunky dory, you know what I mean? We done
Mhm.
definitely got into some heated ones, you know what I mean? But we family, you know what I'm saying? We all got a
Right.
common cause, man, and that's to make good music, you know what I'm saying? And have music for our fans.
Right. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Khujo, for being here. We are approaching the end. And of course, we're going to let you promote everything that you have going on too.
For sure. For sure.
From, from a legend's perspective, what should we as fans and music reviewers be paying more attention to when critiquing new artists today?
Um, I think you should be paying attention to what an artist is saying. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people's like, man, it don't matter about the lyrics, man. know what I'm saying, long as he jamming, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but is that gonna lead to, you know what I'm saying, longevity? You feel what I'm saying? So I would say pay attention to what an artist is saying, then pay attention to how he's, you know what I'm saying, how he's relaying the message, like how he's rapping, how he's flowing, and then kind of get into the music. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how it is, especially like with an old artist like Marvin Gaye. You know what I mean? You want to know what he's about to get ready. You want to know what he's finna say. You know what I mean? Because he's that type of artist. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, come on, like James Brown. You know what I mean? I know I'm going back, but these are some of the
Somebody said,
forefathers.
"Say it again, Khujo." Easy the rapper, Easy the Reaper. The comment says, "Say it again, Khujo."
Wait, oh yeah, man, you got to pay attention to what the artist is saying, man. I mean, because that's gonna really let you know what type of artist that artist is. You know what I'm saying? What he stand on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say stand on business. Yeah, we can stand on business, but you got to stand on integrity too. Because like I say, like the song Soul Food, you can go back, you can still perform a song Soul Food in front of young people, you know what I mean? Middle-aged people, old people, you feel what I'm saying? So those are the type of songs that you wanna make that's gonna last 30 years. If we on our 30-year anniversary of Soul Food, and I would rather be singing a song like Soul Food than another song like, you know what I'm saying, like walking down the street smoking endo. I mean, nothing against that, but this the type of stuff I would rather be coming out saying now. You know what I mean? Instead of having to sing songs like bitch, hoe, and ass, and pussy, and dick, and all that type of shit.
I'm
I'd rather
sick
be.
of it. We
Hey, man. I mean,
we need a cleanse.
and it's like it's like we the ones that's really doing this type of shit music right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As if though we just not coming out from up on the shell. It's like, oh, we finally outside. No, you know what I'm saying? People been doing music like that since Two Live Crew. It's got to be something else out here we can damn talk about. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that Organized Noise was right there with us, producing us. You know what I mean? Producing us with songs like Cell Therapy. You know what I mean? Songs like Black Ice, Soul Food. I mean, we can come back and sing those songs right now, and it still be relevant to what people are doing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Thank you so much. We're coming down to the final questions. I'm not trying to take up too much of your time, but thank you so much. We're loving this, right, y'all? We are loving this. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into maybe some serious things. So I actually learned recently that my grandfather, he lost his leg while he was working in the coal mine, maybe like back in the 70s or so. And my family always told me that's where I get my hard work from. In that heartbreaking moment of your car accident, how did it make you better as a person, as an artist? In that heartbreaking moment, because I know you did have a car accident and you did lose one of your legs, how did that make you better as a person and as an artist?
It just really made me get really close to my family, really close to my wife and my four sons. They definitely helped me go through what I was going through. It challenged my faith. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, faith, yes.
Uh, it really just really let me know, you know what I'm saying, who was there for me and who wasn't there for me. You know what I mean? So it was a definitely definitely an awakening for me. And I couldn't be like, why me? And I'm like, well, shit, why not you? You know what I mean? So
Mm.
really had an impact on my music. You know what I mean? Because I started implementing a lot of spiritual stuff in the music. Not too much that'll be hitting people over the head, but just little sprinkles here and there and there. So yeah, it definitely changed me a lot, man. I mean, yeah, it definitely changed me a lot. Made me a lot more stronger.
Somebody in the comment section said, "Who is the best rapper out the Dungeon family?"
Whoa, that's a wow. Who's the best rapper out the Dungeon family? Wow.
We got to get an answer.
Who's the best rapper out the Dungeon family?
Hmm.
You there?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm gonna tell you, he's not even a rapper. Who's the best rapper? I would say Ray Murray, man. I mean, when you listen to Ray Murray, you can hear Andre 3000. You feel what I'm saying? When you listen to Rico rap, you hear Future. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would definitely put them guys up there, man, because we got a lot of insight from them. You know what I mean? So, actually, some of the producers were damn near the best MCs out of the crew because when they put something down, it's like, oh man, damn, you wrote that.
Shout out to the producers,
Man,
okay?
yeah,
Often overlooked. Somebody said producer credit.
yeah.
Okay, I know there's like some issues here, so I'm gonna kind of move a little faster on the next question, and then we're gonna do some promo.
All right.
This is pretty fun and reflective. You've collaborated with Outkast on every album. If
Just
you had
about.
to, just about, if you
Yeah,
had to review one Outkast track, like imagine you're a music reviewer like me, right?
yeah.
And if you had to review one Outkast track as if you were on my show, which one would you pick and why?
Man, I would pick mainstream from AT Aliens.
Why is that?
Would say mainstream, man, because
Mhm.
the song is so relatable. You know what I mean? Especially my verse when I'm like, I let you stay in my crib. Now you know where I live. When you was hungry, fed you a hot meal. That song's all about, you know what I'm saying, somebody betraying you. You put so much trust in them. And just to be on that song with Big and Dre, man, we was just like, man, oh, okay, shit, Big and Dre gonna get on it. Oh, that shit, that's dope. Not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, these guys 30 years later, they they'll be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know what I mean? But it was just the music was different, man. I mean, I hadn't heard a track like that before in my life. And just, being able to vibe with those guys on music like that, man, that was just amazing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, I would say mainstream for me. I mean, there's plenty of other ones like if you scared, say you scared. Not even talking about going into the Dungeon Family for album. Even in darkness with Cricket Booty. You know what I mean? We just got a lot of songs, man. It's just really, what I'm saying, groundbreaking and just creative. You know what I mean? I don't even think people even check it out like that. But yeah, yeah.
That music review episode will be lit.
Oh
I have
man,
to say.
crazy, crazy.
Okay, so you have one question. I don't know if you want to answer it. It says, "Who's your top five Atlanta rappers?" But I want you to go ahead and promote yourself too and everything that you got going on.
For sure, well, for sure. I just dropped a couple new songs. One song was called Urban Warfare, and that's produced by my homie Suits with Tracketeering Music. Dope song, man. You guys should definitely check that out. I got a collab with James Worthy called All Night. It's like some hip hop and R&B. So I'm just trying to not trying. I'm just doing and doing new things. You know what I mean? I love hip hop and R&B, man. Shit is just so dope when you infuse both of those genres of music. And another one I got out is called Pray For Me. You know what I mean? Produced by Kojak. And yeah, man, got some amazing stuff jumping off, man. I gotta have some new music out here for my fans. So I just love being creative, man, and love being able to when they want to hear something from their favorite artist, man. I love being there to to come on in with it. You know what I mean?
Yes. For anybody discovering you today for the first time, which I doubt this is the first time, what's the one track you tell them to listen to for that first feel of Khujo Goodie?
Man, I would have to tell them Call of the Wild. That's the first song I came out with. That's the first song that anybody ever heard of me on Call of the Wild on our Southern playlist at Cadillac Music in '94. You know what I mean? It's me, Timo, Goodie, Andre 3000, and Big Boy. So if you really want to know who Khujo is, man, go check out that song Call of the Wild, and then go listen to Cell Therapy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Khujo Goodie. I have the chat going crazy right now. They're just saying thank you so much. You dropped so many gems. This interview was so inspirational.
That's what's up. That's what's
And,
up. Thanks for
and
having me.
yes, and I just want to remind you that you are a legend in hip hop. And I'm so glad that you're still showing your face, doing interviews, and dropping music because we could never forget the name. All right, y'all. This is Tracy VA in the Khujo Goodie interview.
It's all good. Thank you too, man, for doing my EPK, man, for the interviews you done for me, man. So, man, you definitely been shining for me, man. Keep continuing to do it your thing, man. Congratulations on the new baby, man. And salute to your husband too, man. I think that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yes, shout out to Black Love. Thank you so much.
For sure, for sure.
All
Holla
right.
at me if you need, all right?
I will. All right. Bye bye.